Hey guys, welcome back for another video. Today we're going to add a few more accessories, a few more protective parts, upgrades to the KLX300. So the Facebook page for KLX300Rs, someone posted a link for Hyperlight Moto. So hyperlightmoto.com. I don't know if that's backwards in the video or not, but I'll put a link in the description. And they have several protective parts for the KLX300 that I haven't seen anywhere else. So today we're going to start the process anyway of installing the front disc guard, which you'll see here. And there's the mounting kit there. There's the disc guard there. Those are from Zeta, obviously. Never heard of them. And then we've got some, the fork guards for the bottom of the forks. The plastic is probably reflecting too much. I'll take them out. You'll see them in a little bit better detail. They're plastic, but they're light and they'll protect the bottom of my forks. So I'm happy about that. And then this is simply just potentially an upgrade. So this is the chain guide by Anchor. And it's, maybe it's lighter, I don't know. But it seems like it's a little bit smaller than the stock one. That stock one looks a little Frankensteinish. So I'm kind of curious of how the chain guide is going to mount up versus the stock. So we'll see how that goes. But I'm gonna bring you along the way. I may chunk this video into a few videos, just so you don't have to watch anything that's super long, but we'll get started. Okay, so I just dry fitted the fork guards, bottom fork guards on there. This is simply, looks like a 3D printed piece of plastic. There's a little bit of a logo of a wild rabbit right there at the back of it, but I do like how this extends back and it's covering part of the brake caliper. So looks pretty good. Looks like it's going to fit up fairly nicely. We'll see once we take the pinch bolts out. And then on the non-brake side, pretty much the same thing. Like looks like it's going to mount up. The fitment seems like right now it's going to be pretty good. Now it did come with, I put those over here. It came with 4. See where they all are, because just want to show you this. So quality control on that one spacer, not so great, but there are no instructions. I don't think I'm going to need instructions, but I take it these are spacers, and I'll just have to carve out that excess material on that one. So just a little bit of FYI, quality control. These parts, I can't remember how much they were, but I will link them to the website for each product in the video, so you'll see the pricing on each one. I paid $136 for all 3 pieces: the front brake disc guard, the bottom fork protectors, and the chain guide. So $136. So it gives you kind of an idea. And this is October 10th, 2025, when I'm putting this video together. So I'm looking at it. I was thinking about the bottom fork guards. I just wanted to see the fitment on those. It looks like it's going to be advantageous since I'm going to take the pinch bolts out. I'll probably go ahead and put that spacer in for the brake, front brake rotor protector guard. I'll probably do that and get that on, and then put the bottom fork protectors on. So that seems like a logical sequence of events. I'll see how it goes. All right guys, one thing I found pretty quick was when I was just kind of dry fitting the front disc guard. Once I saw this bottom fork guard, I started to be a little concerned because of this portion right here. This back portion, because it does a really good job of protecting the bottom of that brake caliper. And so that's great. It's really thick, but it's not going to work with that. So those two things are not going to live together. So you're welcome. I spent the money to discover that these two things are not compatible. So you're welcome. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do with that. I may like keep this one off and put the other one on. Once I get the front disc guard on, I'll see, maybe I've got nothing to lose. Maybe I just cut this back part off, see if that'll work or not. I don't know, but that's the first thing. And honestly, I haven't checked Hyperlite Moto's website to see if they add a disclaimer on there that this was not compatible with that, but now you know, right? That's why you watch the videos. Okay, let's get back to it. Give me a lever and I shall move the world. I'm going to loosen these pinch bolts on this side. A little. $10mm for these. When I put them back on, I'm just gonna loosen those. Well, let's see. No, I don't have to take those all the way out. I will have to take these all the way out if I put that fork guard on this side. So let me go ahead and do that. I don't know if that's going to be a little funky or not, but I think I'm going to go ahead and put the fork guard on this other side. Just to see the fitment, so you'll know. A little experimentation. All right, so there's the pinch bolts. Put those over there. And the trusty mallet in. This is from flooring, installing flooring. Yay! All right. See if I can get that the rest of the way out. Not getting too big of a booger. All right, let me see how everything's lined up in here. All right, so I've got that spacer right there. My axle's nice and lubed. I'm just gonna set that on my dumbbells. That should be okay. Take this out, and the instructions say to remove that bearing, which just popped right out, thankfully. And then we'll put this spacer in, put it in that bearing's place. Trying to think about how that the pads still look great. Let's see, trying to think about that spacer, kind of how those holes are on it. And then let's get this back up here. Whoops, that bearing spacer fell out. All right. That's almost made it. See if we can get that lined up.
There we go. I'm working to catch myself with tires in the chair and keep that from doing what it needs to do. And this side.
Okay, so let's see how that, let's see the spacer on here. And 3 holes, these 3 holes. So how is that gonna line up? That actually looks pretty dang good right there. So very close to the chair beads that I had on my YZ250FX. So before I put that on, and I will put Loctite on those bolts that go into that. But before I do that, I'm going to check the fitment of this fork guard. So it goes on like that. I kind of like that. I think that fits pretty good. Let me get the spacers. Once again, there are no instructions, but the spacers that obviously makes sense. There's going to be 2 spacers on that. Let's see. Let's see, man. It goes in there okay. So yeah, those actually looks pretty good. I like that. I'll get them. I'll find the torque and torque these down. That's going to be another interesting thing, is how that fork guard withstands the torque. I'm just going to tighten just a wee bit. I don't know if you can see that or not, but like, looks pretty good. Like this part is just kind of hanging there. It's a little flexible. I've never put bottom fork guards on before, so I don't have anything to compare it to as far as the quality, the fitment, and all that kind of good stuff. But I don't think you're gonna, you know, if it hits something and bounces up, I think it's okay. I don't know what would pull it back down this way. So, okay, so I've got this back torqued down to 65 foot-pounds, and the pinch bolts are still loose. I'll put those, I'll torque those down a little bit. Got my red thread locker. Get my 3 little bolts in there. There's some kind of, looks like hex head, so I'm gonna have to get another tool for that. Seems like there's always another tool. Always another tool. Put just a drop here real quick. And I've got red, because I really don't want those to come out. So I think I'm in pretty good shape as far as the location of the mounting bracket. I'm gonna go ahead and put this one in here, get it started. Okay, so I'm finished. I torqued these 15 foot-pounds or 180 inch-pounds, and the spacers in there help soak up some of that torque. That looks like that may help. Like, I don't know, it's hard plastic, so, and it's pretty thick, so we'll see how durable those are. I don't do any crazy hard enduro riding anyway. I just like to protect my investments. This, I think it looks pretty good. If the rims were black and the spokes were black, it'd probably look better. But I think that's good. It does what it's, well, it looks like it's going to do what it's supposed to do. Protect that disc and the bottom of the caliper. So that's pretty good. It's got a little bit of coverage down there, possibly, maybe. So, once again, to beat a dead horse, this fork guard on this side, bottom fork guard, is not going to go on as is. So if I modify it and put it on, I'll let you know. I just don't know if there's even enough space here at the top, up here, right there on that corner, to slip that in. I just don't know if that's even gonna be something that'll fit in there. I don't think it will. So, and that's okay. Like, I think there's a little bulge out right here. You can see how it bulges out at the bottom. And so hopefully that will deflect anything away from the bottom of the fork. We'll find out, I guess. So I'm not upset with my purchase. Honestly, I don't know what I would have done if I would have known that those weren't compatible. I probably would have chosen one or the other. And I'm not sure how I feel about that. I'll probably keep that just in stock form in case I do break that disc guard. If it doesn't last very long, then I'll have the bottom fork guard to put on in the future. So hope that helped a little bit. Quite honestly, I'm excited to see that there are actually protection parts becoming more available for the 300R. So it deserves it. It's a great bike. It deserves the attention. I wish a Chairbees and Tusk and a few others would recognize it for what it is. Has a great bike and provide some other protection parts for it. So next thing will be the chain guide. I'll probably tackle that. I'll definitely tackle it in another video, probably another day. So I appreciate you watching. If you got anything out of this, please hit the like button. Please consider subscribing. The channel's growing very slowly, but it's growing, and I appreciate all the support that those of you who have supported me in the past have given me. I really appreciate it. If there's any questions you have about the install, have any suggestions about what I did and how I did it, order of operations, anything like that, please put it in the comments below. If not, thank you and have a blessed day.